Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 40450. This is the LEGO Amelia Earhart tribute, which was a gift with purchase in the first half of March 2021, and this is kind of a cool, different thing. They've done two of these tribute sets before, one for Hans Christian Andersen, which was also known as Creative Personalities. That was, like, they didn't use the tribute name in the title, but they did have this kind of ribbon thing on the box, so they I kind of count it. And then they definitely did one for Charles Dickens with the Charles Dickens tribute set, which, was kind of formatted even with the title of the set in the same way. So, it seems like something that they'll be doing, I guess, going forward, maybe. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a full series of these. But even if it's not a full series, it is just a single tribute set to a famous person, in this case, Amelia Earhart. And the set consists of, a build of her Lockheed Vega plane, which she flew across the Atlantic Ocean in, and, does include, in this case, an actual minifigure of Amelia Earhart with brand new prints, which is different from the ones we've seen before. The Charles Dickens tribute set did have new prints featured in the set for minifigures, but it didn't actually include Charles Dickens as a figure himself. It just included, the Christmas Carol characters, but, here we get the actual real-life person, and that's something LEGO doesn't do super often. So, honestly, just in that regard, I thought this was kind of interesting and did want to pick it up, especially since it's a free set. You get this for free with purchases over $100. Contains 203 pieces that you get for free, so, not really any excuse to complain. I do like the side box art there. Nothing on this side. Top, has a little bit of art and shows you the figure, and the back shows you, a couple more views of the plane. I do wish, my only one complaint here is that they showed you a shot of the actual plane. I just think that would have been a nice little added touch. They do have even some information in the front about Amelia Earhart, and it's just the one page, but it's copied into other languages. So, it's kind of a neat little extra touch for a free promo set. No special art on the back or anything either. I don't know if they had a little blurb in the front of the manual for the Charles Dickens tribute, because I haven't built it yet, but they did for the Hans Christian Andersen one, so I assume that they probably had it in Charles Dickens as well. But, with that, that's all for the packaging and stuff here. Let's take a look at the build. And here we have a, look at the full build here, and it's pretty decently sized, honestly, especially for, even just a set of 200 parts. Part of that is that the stand has some mildly big pieces, but, just compared to a minifigure, this is a respectably sized thing. It is not minifigure scale, though it's not too ridiculously small. Like, you could pretend that there's a minifigure in there. You just can't actually fit a minifigure inside. As you can see, the cockpit is just two cheese slopes. But, it's not too terribly out of scale, because the plane is supposed to be small in the first place. I would say maybe 25% bigger would have been good for minifigure scale. So, give or take that a little bit. Just turning it around and looking at, all angles of it, I think that it just looks pretty good. We do have a propeller here which can spin. That's about the only real intentional action feature of this thing. It's kind of cool. I don't know if we've gotten those gray or ends before, so maybe that's a new thing. Got a couple stickers used to continue this stripe. You got one sticker there and one sticker at the back where it tapers off, as well as two stickers on either side of the tail, and these two number stickers for the model number of the particular Lockheed Vega plane that was used. And you do have the one sticker down here for the plaque on the stand, which is kind of cool. And there is actually a cool sticker that is used for this map of the world, which we'll see when we look at the figure later. Speaking of that, the figure does have two studs that she can stand on the border. You could move those around if you wanted. You can't really fit it anywhere else. I guess you could move it further that way, but this is the best place. Or if you didn't want to put her there and wanted to be able to display her just anywhere else, you could just replace that with a 1x2 tile. But, I think that is a decent looking place for her. And, as far as the rest of the build goes, that's what you see is basically what you get. You can remove the plane from the stand pretty easily. You're probably going to want to remove this 1x2, cheese slope if you are going to want to display this elsewhere. But you could just put this down on the ground and, use it for any other purposes. And, it's just a plane at that point. But, if you want to keep it on the stand, which I'm going to, because I do think that the stand looks kind of nice, then you would just attach it onto there, and it is angled, so if you wanted to build something to, just rest the back end on, like that, then you could have it in a little bit more of a flight pose, which does look pretty cool, personally. You know, really up to you how you want to display it. It is Lego, so you can build it however you want, but you know, for what it is, I think that it just looks good on display like this, and I am happy to have gotten it. Yeah, I mean, you could possibly even move this down a little bit, like remove a little bit of this build, just to go down a little further. I do like how they attach these, this is where the wheels would be, I think, right? And, you know, I like how they kind of create that shape there with these 1x2 plates with bars on both ends. I think that's kind of a neat little build feature, but other than that, really, this is pretty... I guess there's also a little bit of upside down building to get this piece on the top and bottom, but you know, this isn't too complex a build. It's just kind of a nice, simple little thing, and I think that it looks good, so I'm pretty happy with it. And here we have Amelia Earhart in minifigure form, and yeah, it's kind of cool to get a figure like this, especially with brand new prints. They could have easily used a generic female face print, and I don't think anyone would have really noticed or cared, but they did actually introduce a brand new one here, which is just a nice little extra touch. Yeah. And the map piece, again, not really something they had to include, but it is cool to get a map of the world, even if it is a sticker. And the torso print looks pretty good for her. I mean, like, it's a very respectable figure overall, especially for a set that didn't particularly need to have an exclusive figure. You know, like, it is a gift with purchase. I don't think anyone was gonna really, like, there probably would have been some people who would have complained, I guess, but I think that the majority of people would have been fine with just a generic, random reused parts minifigure, even like they did with Hans Christian Andersen. So, you know, I'm happy that they included a new one here, and really have no complaints at all. I think that it looks good. Even has the tan hands to represent gloves, even though that is, you know, a very subtle difference from the flesh tone. But you know, it's a nice touch again. But yeah, overall, I mean, I really don't have any significant complaints about this set. I mean, it's a really decent-looking micro-scale plane with an exclusive figure, and, you know, just kind of a cool moment in history to, I guess, recognize with a Lego set. So, I am really happy that, you know, this was a thing that you were able to get for free, and that I ended up getting, so... Don't really have anything more than that to say, other than it's cool, and I hope that they do more promos like this in the future. I mean, I will definitely be adding this to my collection and putting it on display for at least a decent little while. But I mean, hope you guys enjoyed this little review. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.